Is Ziggy Stardust like a character or something? It sounds just wacky to me. Don't actually know what that is. If it is a reference to something, I am not understanding it. Yeah, this is a pretty advantageous draft, I would say, for Fantastic Five, although not by much. I mean, their ability to out-tempo this game, just buy Sven a ton of room, is definitely going to be there. Alternatively, if they find themselves with an early game advantage, then they could just ride Bat Riders, playing Tiger into victory. OD and Sven can get active very early on, although you do have the option of playing a little bit of a slower game with these two heroes, especially should Sven be able to freely handle this Ancient Camp. Hummel the Dominator, having the Bat Rider, someone else stack for him, is going to be at a premium. They could very easily run over Kaipi, and it's going to be coming down to the lanes of Kaipi to really hold and be as greedy as possible. As long as Sing Sing limits his deaths, I think that'll be the biggest win there for Kaipi, because oh, here we go. Havos going to go right into the middle, just trying to get that rune. He's going to stun up two heroes, but he gets stunned himself. He is not going to get the bounty rune. Now he's going to get impaled with a Sunstrike coming in. Havos down with Mad drawing first blood on the Sven. That was so close to being beautiful from this Sven. Stormhammer into immediately grab bounty rune and then book it. But unfortunately, the hammer came just a little bit too early. And it is the Nature's Prophet Sing Sing in the end to grab that bounty rune. So much needed experience there for the Nature's Prophet. Again, limiting the deaths, limiting the downside of Sing Sing is going to be at a premium. No, now they have a good angle here onto the Disruptor. They'll impale him, and the Treants all getting in the way. Even the neutral is getting in on this. Even if Disruptor dies to the neutrals, which he doesn't, actually Sing sneaks to the last hit in with the Treant. Okay, well, I was going to say, even if he dies to the neutrals, that's a pretty big win for the Kaipi side, simply because they're able to take the Disruptor off the board for X amount of time. But Sing gets another kill or assist under his belt. Now 1-0-1, barely even a minute expended in this game, and already Kaipi looking pretty darn good in their offlane. As I was saying, like, yeah, limiting the death of Sing Sing, man, that's at a premium. It's okay if he doesn't get a ton of farm, as long as he doesn't die a lot. That's going to be objective number one. And over towards the bottom lane, you would expect Kaipi to have a decently advantageous lane versus Ghost Stick. And the Bat Rider is going to get poked and prodded pretty much 24/7 by this Clinks. And he does have to watch out if he gets hexed up, which he doesn't have to worry about just yet. But if he does, then that is going to be a very easy kill thereafter with the amount of damage Clinks is about to put out. Io in the area isn't really going to be a huge asset to that. I mean, the tether movement speed is nice, but he himself, the Io, has to watch out. If he gets a little bit too far out, they can very easily blow up the Io. 0 base armor going up against Searing Arrows is not fun times. And Bat Rider, until he gets to level 5, level 6, is not able to really punish the Clinks in line for just gunning for the Bat Rider and ignoring going for the Io rather and ignoring the Bat. Just not quite enough damage coming out from this hero individually, unless he somehow gets like 4 or 5 stacks of napalm off, which is I suppose possible. But this is also a lane where already one magic stick at least is picked up. Lion doesn't have his, but Lion's already level 2, so he's got his double disables. He can very easily rotate in towards the OD, try to apply some pressure there. CS-wise, going slightly better for the Radiant, although definitely not by a wide margin. Cancel going up against OD is going to have to mess with him on a kind of one-by-one basis for the most part, but of course Io can come in. The land the Imprisoned, Cancel's actually going to get body blocked. He's out of mana, he's going to have to run to the north, and he has no boots. That's the real downside here for Cancel. He's going to try to salve, but a couple more right clicks, and BZZ is going to grab that kill. The Invoker may not have boots either, but just inherently faster than the Invoker, of course, has tether movement speed behind him as well. Cancel can afford to die a couple of times here. He will be able to, in theory, I guess, still get a decent amount of farm. Should he get an early-ish Hand of Midas, like pre-10 minutes, then he still would be fine. So that death, it is going to be pretty bad for the Invoker, but now that he has boots, I guess a little bit more immune to it. Not quite completely, however. BZZ going with all the orbs, making, of course, Forge Spirits a little bit less useful. A little bit of an interesting management of this top lane. Oh, wait, never mind. Io going to come up towards top lane. Hammer onto the Nyx Assassin, but a great sprout from Sing is going to keep the Nyx Assassin safe in a friendly bubble, although thinking about turning around, Mad. Got to be a little bit careful there. Is not going to die just yet, but yeah, interesting management of this top lane. Sing grabs his phase boots, kind of drops off into the jungle, giving a little bit of experience to the Nyx Assassin. Not sure if we can call this a 4 position Nyx Assassin. He's kind of 3.5 along with Sing Sing. But if they can somehow, juggle these heroes in this lane well enough so that both Nyx Assassin and Nature's Prophet are getting experience from it at any given time, or getting experience in the jungle at any given time, ideally both. That should be a pretty big win for the Kaipi side. The OD really is the big problem here for the Kaipi squad, because CS-wise, they're doing fantastic on the Nyx and the Nature's Prophet, even though they're splitting the assets. Sing gonna hit with the hammer. Field is gonna go up. Impale's only gonna hit onto one. Sing's gonna try to teleport out, but that's not gonna happen. He's gonna fall as Mad. Well, he's not able to kill off the Io. He's got bottle charges, and they're gonna glimpse back the bug right into this Sven, although Io taking a lot of damage will actually die to the Nyx assassin. Before he actually gets the kill, they still will get 2 kills up on this top lane. And it's going to be an Io traded for Nature's Prophet and Assassin, which, I mean, Io for one of them already would have been a great trade for Fantastic Five. Sven not really in any trouble of dying in that entire situation. And Kaipi is kind of a awkward dual lane. At least this time is going to be punished. But, you know, overall in the grand scheme of things, even after that one kind of botched engagement, still going remarkably well, all things considered, for Kaipi. And they always had the luxury of just shifting Sing Sing out of lane. He's level 5 at this point. Jungling is very easy with the phase boots. And as long as he has the mana to keep casting those treants, he'll be fine. Alternatively, Nyx Assassin does have an Impale. If he's able to team up with the Lion, just the amount of disables they're able to put out, assuming they don't miss, should be a pretty easy kill onto almost any given hero. Even if Io comes in, like, they have so much damage with Impale Spike into Sunstrike. Not to mention the right clicks, not to mention Forge Spirits or Cold Snap. Not to mention Searing Arrows. Like, they have a lot of ganking power right now on the Kaipi side. The only thing that they're really missing on top of that is a level 6 Nature's Prophet, but yeah, he'll be there soon enough. He could always just teleport in, and with the phase boots damage, just drop some serious hammer blows. But as I said before, OD still is the hero that is currently unanswered from the Kaipi side. And OD is not exactly a hero you want to run around without an answer. He's a good hero. I heard OD is a good hero. I'm not sure, guys. I'm not sure if he's really good, though. Not sure. They're going to squabble over this bottom lane rune. 6 minutes, and, well, you can't really contest the Nyx Assassin. And he'll grab it for his squad. It's only a bounty, but, hey, more gold, more experience, never bad. Especially if you're an Nyx Assassin. Need that gold, man. He already has Arcane Boots, which is actually really good for an Nyx Assassin in a kind of half off-lane role. Hero doesn't really need a ton, but, I mean, the more he's able to get, more spells he's able to cast. He's going to get glimpse back very short. Field will not go up properly. And now Wrath of Nature bounces through. Is there anyone that is actually vulnerable? Io's kind of weak up towards top lane, but he's perfectly fine. Wrath of Nature just seems, just in case, not really making any timing there. The gold situation so far going pretty well for Kaipi. And sooner or later, they'll be willing to rotate around more aggressively, look for these kills. I mean, Matt almost has his level 6. Of course, Nature's Prophet has his as well as the teleport, and they have Sunstrike. So if they find any poor sucker out, they will just get a very easy kill. And Bone 7 may be looking for that poor sucker. He is going to go into the enemy woods, leave this bottom lane to the Lion. Now, this is not the safest situation for a Lion, going up against a Bat Rider, not knowing where the enemy Io is. But he is also getting some free experience, so it looks like all the experience timings from Kaipi are going to be lining up pretty darn well. Get level 6 in the Nyx Assassin on the Lion. Get the Clinks, level 7, level 8. Needs to max out that Searing Arrows. But then at that point, it's going to be up to Fantastic Five, especially this Disruptor and Io, to really be on the lookout. They're going to have an angle onto Nyx Assassin right now. Kind of trying to play around that Spike Carapace, waiting for the hammer. Sven still has the hammer, but a great spike on 3 is going to get him a lot of distance away. However, maybe not enough. God Strength now pop. Nyx Assassin has nothing else to save himself. One more shot is all they need. They get him with Havos Sven. However, from the back, it's Sing Sing. It's Bone 7. They're going to try to team up onto the Sven. Doesn't have a ton of armor because the Warcry isn't up yet. He's going to land another hammer to Sing with God Strength. Sing's going to get 2 shot by Havos. Ziggy's still firing. Bone 7 doesn't have damage to do this. Looks like he should. Although Warcry's going to come in at the last possible second. So much extra armor here. Sunstrike, where's that orbital cannon? There's no mana for it because Cancel. He got into an engagement with the OD, and he lost a great majority of his intelligence. Does he still know? Where's that orbital cannon? It's a little bit too late now, so not going to happen. OD in the meantime. Oh, kills off the Clinks. My bad, guys. BZZ just rotating in after saving his Sven, essentially, just by draining the Invoker's mana pool. Kaipi, they take a little bit of rough engagement up towards top lane. Losing Sing Sing is kind of costly up there, and that is a rotation of the Clinks. Again, a hero that would have otherwise been able to get that kill if he had a level 3 Searing Arrows, I want to say. relying a little bit too heavily, perhaps, on just his base kit. He was so close to killing that Sven. Extra 10 damage a pop probably would have done it. Sunstrike, Wrath of Nature, and the Spike. Onto the Disruptor. Yol's going to put up his field, and he will live at 13 HP. How the hell does the Disruptor... Oh, no, never mind. Bone 7. Pow. Oh, no, got killed by a neutral! And now Glimpse back. Bone 7 and Mad both are in a really awkward corner right now. They have no TPs, but they have backup coming in the form of Lion. Oh man, Bone 7 just overshot that by just a little bit too much. If he just shot the Disruptor first thing instead of scoping out the area first, made that risky play, would have gotten the kill. But instead, the Disruptor dies to the freaking Lizard. Oh man, you can never really, you can't play around that. Sometimes shit happens. They're looking at BZZ now, still the hero that is doing perhaps the best, although Sven with all these engagements, even after his first blood, starting to get a little bit of free space here. Got a stack at the ready, or got a creep ready to stack. Maybe they don't know that it's not blocked. It seems like they think that it's blocked. It ain't blocked though. I guess maybe the Clinks just body blocked it himself. Speaking of Clinks, oh, he's gonna get dusted and is in a sentry. There is no mana for Firefly. I think they should be able to get him anyway, especially with the Glimpse back into the OD. Good work, OD. You earned that kill. But either way, Clinks down, and Bone 7 trying to play a little bit aggressively. I think a little bit too early. Like, he's going for Medallion, and that is not supposed to be, you know, a huge item investment. It's something you should be rather easily able to pick up without, you know, delaying anything else for too long. However, because the Clinks is trying to go in a little bit too deep, with only 2 Searing Arrows and with no Medallion, even if he catches someone, there's no guarantee that he gets that kill. Like, if he had maxed out Searing Arrows and the Medallion, then I think probably he'd be able to kill off anyone, especially, you know, with all this global support that he has. But now it's a little bit more risky, and he could just as easily been, you know, in some lane, just getting a little bit of extra farm, getting a little bit more experience. Or even in the jungle doing the same thing. Like, Clinks can do that at this point just by packing the biggest creep and then just using that damage to kill off the smaller creeps with it. The trade-off is that Lion gets a little bit of extra dough. Maybe, perhaps, Come With Me, able to grab a Blink Dagger, and then off of that, able to start making some plays. But the Blink Dagger on the other end, aimed at by Ghost Stick, is pretty much up right now, and there's nothing that Kaipi can do, really, to stop this at this point. So Fantastic 5, they've been just, you know, keeping their revision up. Mostly sentries in all the right places. And now it'll be a little bit of a time for them to be a little bit more assertive. Batrider Blink, not with the intention of winning any games anytime soon, just to buy Havos a little bit more space. Unfortunately, his stack situation is still not quite where he would like it to be. So Helm of the Dominator, kind of a useless-ish item. And Bone 7's really going ham with this Clinks. Obviously, killing off the IO is kind of sweet, and he knows that he has a lot of global power behind him. But at the same time, it hasn't worked for him before. It might not work for him again, because he's going to get dusted. Now with the Thunderstrike there as well, they'll be able to glimpse him back if they even need him. They're just going to put him in a net, and now here comes the Sven. Last hit, drawn by the IO. Good job, IO. You deserved that kill. Not really sure how these heroes are always sneaking their last right clicks in, but Bone 7, like, what you doing, man? You have some sort of aversion to actually completing up his kit? Because this level 7 roaming ganking Clinks is actually not that dangerous, and clearly at this point Fantastic 5 are keen to him. Like, clearly they know what's going on. It's not like this is the element of surprise. That element of surprise has long since passed, and now they have a good angle on to Come With Me. With the OD just right-clicking away, Come With Me is going to try to salve up, go into the trees. Stay in the trees, Come With Me. Oh, found. And now he's going to try to not teleport out. Oh, they're going to fall back, actually. Seeing the Nyx Assassin, maybe expecting Bone 7 there as well. Of course, got to worry about the Nature's Prophet. And generally, that's going to be a point where most teams, most players just say, go, 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 kill the Lion, easy kill. But Lion just buying just enough time for him to at least threaten the support rotations in. Having the Nyx Assassin by himself come in wouldn't have done it, but with everyone else, certainly would be enough of a threat. Nyx Assassin, by the way, now stalking Ghost Stick and BZZ along with Bone 7. The only hero showing right now is Lion, although I think he just fell back behind the trees, so he's not even necessarily in full sight. And they found a good angle into Ghost Stick, although, oh, the blink away before the Vendetta can land! Mad, I think he tried to Vendetta hit and then Impale, but he canceled his Vendetta attack and then Impaled, And then whether... That didn't break his invis, but Ghost Stick just was going to blink away anyway. Jeez, this is so many, like, razor-thin plays from Fantastic Five so far. And we're only 14 minutes in the game. I'm not sure how many of these are actually intentional. I'm not sure if that was, like, insane reflexes, some next-level Bat Rider Spidey sense, or Bat sense. I guess I mean, Bat Rider is closer to Batman than Spider-Man, I suppose. But now he's looking at Come With Me, and Come With Me, he's at half HP. I'm not really sure why he's here. Probably shouldn't be here. He's going to just burn. Disruptor, what is going on with these kill steals? Should have Thunder Strike him once and grab the kill. Okay, well, Lion down. Turns out sitting at half HP up against a Blink Bat Rider is not a good idea. I'm gonna call him Blink Rider from now on. That sounds pretty slick, actually. So yeah, they knew that the Bat Rider had Blink. Bone 7 revealed it when he went into the enemy jungle and got picked off. Maybe they didn't check items, but this is not a surprise. I mean, just looking at the clock on the game, and given how this bottom lane went, it should not be a surprise to Kaipi that the Bat Rider actually has his Blink. They also know that the relocate is up on the IO. So currently have not seen any of that, but Fantastic Five don't exactly have to be hunting for kills with this. They would like to, but they don't have to. BZZ is going to hit with the Impale, Finger of Death, and Sunstrike. Static Storm's going to make them split, but it doesn't actually connect onto anyone. OD, though, is still going to live just because he's big enough, and now they're going to turn things around with the relocate. Mad is in a little bit of trouble. He's going to get pulled right back into the OD, who's going to get a little bit of karma kill. And the yank back on bottom lane, going to be unpunished. A good attempt from the Kaipi squad, but OD at this point, with the drums and the power treads and the wand, just a little bit too bulky to bring down. Lion not with quite enough damage, Invoker not with enough damage either, even though, I mean, that was a Sunstrike to land on only one hero. Cancel is still working with a lot of damage. It just seems like Kaipi are a little bit... It just seems like they're a little bit too antsy in this game. If they just played this a little bit slower, like 5 minutes ago, if they were just playing this a little bit slower, they would be in such a better position. But Bone 7 right now, with the maxed out Skeleton Walk, 2-point Searing Arrows. This is very similar to the, what was it, EE Clink Spill with the Blink Dagger, just playing that, like, split push scout rat roll. The only problem is that he's going to be spotted almost every single time. This time, no hammer is going to be thrown just yet. No, they still see him. Another sentry is going to drop. Bat Rider dies in the meantime. They're going to chase after the Clinks. There's no dust here, unfortunately. The dust is on someone else, on the Bat Rider who died over in the bottom area. Not really sure what happened there, but still for Kaipi, they get a kill. So whoop-de-doo. Looks like Nick Assassin finally landed his Vendetta with the Sunstrike on top. Again, lots of burst damage coming out from just that combo. And now a little bit more setup, seeing as though we do have a Blink Dagger at the ready for Come With Me. Oh, Mad. How did he get here? He's going to dig himself into the trees. They'll never see that one coming. Can he actually mess with the Sven at all? I don't think he can. This is going to be so quick. Sing. Ratting a little bit. We'll be fine. Oh, Impale. Sunstrike. Oh, the Sunstrike's off the mark. And the IO's not going to die. Sentry's still on the deck, waiting for the hammer. There it is. It's going to be dodged by the Invis of the Vendetta. And would have been Spike Carapace's even if it wasn't. So that was a little bit awkward. But Sven's still going to finish up his stack. And that is something that Kaipi were really trying to avoid this entire time. I feel like that's really the majority of the reason why you actually make this kind of roaming play by the Clinks, just to keep tabs in the enemy stack and try to contest it. So far, mission failed, and now mission failed even a little bit more, because the relocate's going to come in with the Bat Rider Blink. Clinks doesn't have a chance, and he's going to get blown to shreds. Sunstrike looking for the IO? Wouldn't have killed. I don't even know who that was looking for. Six to 11. Fantastic Five clearing out the stack, getting the Sven, the SNY, Blink, Bat Rider. So far, working with a lot of momentum on the team. And very limited amount of plays coming out from Kaipi. Assassinations are still possible, but oh, Mad in a little bit of trouble. Will Spike Carapace up. There is no net here, although with the glimpse back, they're going to bring him right back into BZZ. Is there no detection? Well, they don't need it. Oh, jeez, there was detection in the end. Sentry Ward deployed. But, yeah, the OD doesn't give a damn about your invis. He'll just kill you with his level 2 ultimate. Chalk it up, another one for Fantastic Five. Bone 7. Oh, he's going to walk right into another sentry. Luckily for him, there's no relocate for another 30 seconds, so he's not going to die yet. I say yet. He's not going to die now. I'm not saying that I'm expecting Bone 7 to die when he makes those plays, but man, like, you know that earlier there was a sentry drop because you were there. You were the one that they were trying to kill. Oh, jeez. Playing this kind of fast and loose, honestly. But hey, at least he has the medallion up. At least he has maxed out searing arrows. So on a single target basis, he can, you know, maybe kill off this IO if he finds like a random IO laying around. Disruptor the exact same. Now these two heroes really well equipped to deal with a Clinks, should the Clinks jump them. It just seems like F5, they've been the ones making all the plays, mostly because Kaipi were just kind of almost suicidally coming towards them. I feel like if Bone 7, when he was like level 7 roaming the map, if he instead just stayed in the bottom lane and just farmed, then he would have just been in such a better position. The upside isn't even that high. Like, you kill off an IO or something like that, as opposed to getting yourself this medallion, getting this little bit more gold towards Solar Crest, relocate up towards top lane, Sing, and come with me. Go both gonna get initiated upon at the exact same time. Hammer goes to the Nature's Prophet. They're gonna clump up so that Sven can cleave through both of them. Oh man, what a massacre. That was absolutely textbook there from Fantastic 5. Focus Fire is perfect, first of all. Initiation timing is perfect. But perhaps the subtle play there was Ghost Stick dragging the Lion into the Sven. So Sven doesn't even have to move, man. Like, once he's in the fight, he's in the fight. And everything else just kind of comes to him. That's the life of a carry, man. You just sit there literally in one place. Just A move. You don't even have to choose your targets. Feels good. Ghost Stick doesn't have a lasso. Meteor's gonna come in. Sven probably doesn't even care, honestly. He's just gonna Warcry the wave. Still with that magic damage from the Meteor, the wave will for the most part die. Fantastic 5 can't really easily get this tower here, but they shouldn't really be itching for a fight right now. Still, they don't even have the OD ultimate backup. They have no lasso. They have no relocate. They do have a static storm, but it's not really huge. They can just play this a little bit slower again. Given how Kaipi are playing, I would say there's like a 10% chance that they win this game. They really need to switch something up. They really need to play a little bit more coordinated. They need to get some vision on the map, honestly. And they need to have Bone 7 stop getting it assassinated like this. Flame Break is going to push him into the Sven. They do have the dust on him. The dust is going to wear its course very shortly, though. OD slow, not quite going to do it. They have a relocate coming in. Does the IO have any detection? He does. Another dust onto Bone 7. Ghost Stick right on his tail. Still has not used a lasso. Impale onto 2 is good. But Ziggy's still in a lot of trouble. He glimpsed right back into the Sven. And now the OD ultimate onto the Nyx. Again, the life of the Sven is a good one. Don't even have to move. All the kills come right to you. Sunstrike is going to go somewhere up in the middle lane for some reason. Kaipi going to lose yet another 2 heroes. Fantastic 5 just styling all up on them. This Sven is so fat, man. Credit Sing Sing is actually doing pretty well considering how the scope of the game is going. Hand of Midas and a Maelstrom is going to do that for you. It does seem like they're kind of forced to be in this kind of ratty game now, Kaipi, which is never really supposed to be the game they want to be playing. The game that they want to be playing is, we're just going to take that one assassination target by the Nyx Assassin, then take your tower immediately thereafter. And once you're off that plan, once you're off your initial draft plan, already you're not in a good spot. And that's a pretty solid draft plan as well, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be in the cards because they're really stumbling on step 1, finding that hero to assassinate. In fact, every single time they try, they end up getting jumped themselves. Now, to be fair, they are getting a lot of detection, a lot of sentries and dust being purchased on the Fantastic 5 heroes. But pretty much every single time a sentry is purchased or a dust is used, it results into a kill. So it's, at worst, no net gold gain from F5. Ooh, Disruptor drops an Observer. Doesn't have any true sight in the area, so can't see the Clinks. 1, 5, and 2. Bone 7 looking to assassinate some supports. Has found his moment, maybe. Can this be the fabled gank of the Clinks? Yes, he doesn't even get the kill for it. But that is what he was trying to do for like the past 10 minutes in this game. That right there is what his goal was. So mission success, but unfortunately it costed him 5 deaths to get 1 kill on the IO. And he doesn't even get the kill himself. Like, Cancel steals it with a Sunstrike. Not much that the Invoker can do about that. You're not going to throw the Sunstrike out, but still, it's a little bit of an expensive commitment there from the Clinks in the grand scope of the game. And now Fantastic 5, they have their lasso up again. Still no OD ultimate. But they'll just challenge Kaipi in the Roche Pit. Say, okay bro, come at us. What's the worst that could happen? Everyone's in the area. Static Storm right on the mouth of the pit. Makes initiation for Kaipi damn near impossible. Plus Kaipi are too late. It's already dead. And they'll dust for good measure. OD now with a double life. All ultimates will be up for a tower push. Kaipi have got a rat. Sing, get back into that lane. Start pushing. Push everything. You cannot afford to mount a defense right now if you're Kaipi. They just don't have the brute force power that Fantastic Five have. Do they have the initiation? I guess they do. They have the Nyx Assassin now with the Blink Dagger, and of course Come With Me as a Blink as well. And Nature's Prophet as a Blink as well, plus Invoker as a Blink. So yeah, everyone and their mom has some way of getting in there. Except for Clinks, but he has Skeleton Walk, so that's fine. But yeah, we're going to see the Rat try to stabilize this game for Kaipi. Top lane is going to be dealt with at the same time. Bottom lane, Sven, Io, very easily able to partner themselves out. Ooh, Nyx Assassin spotted. And he's going to try to go for the Disruptor, but gets Static Storm immediately. Sunstrike is going to whiff, and now here comes the relocation in. He will get the Spike Carapace off, but Sven doesn't give a damn. BZ is going to grab the last hit there. And again, just Kaipi going a little bit too deep with their invis. Cancel now is going to be chilling in the mid lane. Gets jumped by the Sven and Bat. And Cancel needs a Ghost Walk like 30 seconds ago. He's dead. Invoker killing spree going to be handed over towards the Sven. That is God Strength used. That is Lasso used. But at the very least, they get two very big kills and a tower. And they have the momentum to go for a little bit more if they had a creep wave, which they don't, unfortunately. Go Kaipi split push. Engage all Rat games. Ziggy, Bone 7's doing what he can. Sing Sing's going to throw his wave in. He's got the Mjolnir as well, so the pushing power of this Nature's Prophet is real. Unfortunately, it doesn't really seem like they can afford to take these casualties since they're not getting the towers down. Barely scratched bottom. Top and mid are a little bit more vulnerable here. But Nyx Assassin is once again on the hunt. Vendetta level 1. Cooldown always feels like an eternity. And Ghost Stick, well, he's just passively doing damage to the bug. Hiding under these sentries. Fantastic Five have been doing a really great job at actually keeping vision up everywhere. Obviously up against the Clinks and an Assassin, you're just going to do that. But the sentries have paid for themselves so very easily. It's a great way of funneling gold from your supports into your carries. Supports spend gold so that the carries can get gold. Feels good, man. And Sven is just absolutely huge, by the way. BKB still at 10 seconds. He's got the moon shards. Got a wolf behind him as if that's even necessary. Ziggy got an angle now on the Io. Couple of shots here. Sunstrike will miss. Now here comes Sven. He's pissed. They have any true sight, and he will not even need it. He'll just blow through the Clinks easily. He's out of mana, and Sing Sing's gonna have to bail out of there. Nyx Assassin, in the meantime, caught in a field, imprisoned as well. And they see him with the sentry. It's going to be 2 kills for Fantastic Five. Sven's looking for more. Gem is on the deck. Oh, no. This is not something that Kaipi can afford to lose. Oh, man. It's like, the state of the game isn't really one where they can be comfortable losing just a gem's worth of gold. Not to mention the fact that Fantastic Five have been, all over these invis heroes of Kaipi, and now they're going to be even more so. Where did the gem actually land? On the Bat Rider? No, not the... Where did it go? Disruptor. Okay, has it. Disruptor's got the Blink Dagger. Over towards the mid lane, Tower is going to take a beating, and up towards the top lane, Lasso Static Storm, level 2 Static Storm, is at the ready. Oh, run, Sing Sing, run. Oh, he's going to try to teleport out. That's not going to happen. He'll get glimpsed right back into a field. He'll